European Commission chief Brexit negotiator said, "Now is the time Westminster delivers substantial progress on the Irish border question, which threatens to derail the entire Brexit negotiations." EU bosses only agreed to negotiations moving on to the UK's post-Brexit relationship with the bloc after Mrs May promised a hard border wouldn't emerge on the island of Ireland as part of the EU split. Brussels has inserted a backstop mechanism into the draft withdrawal agreement, which would see Northern Ireland remain in the EU's customs union if Westminster cannot prevent a border process. British negotiators presented two plans to Brussels as part of their negotiations, but both were swiftly rejected, leaving the question still unanswered. The UK has said its preferred solution was to avoid a hard border by striking a close economic relationship between the two parties, which would render customs checks unnecessary, or by using technology which would make the border near frictionless. Brexit news. Michel Barnier warns talks may fail if UK can't deliver Irish border solution. Speaking in Ireland as part of his Brexit tour, Mr Barnier said, "I am not only a friend of Ireland, I am also the negotiator for Ireland. This is an extraordinary negotiation, and we want to succeed with the UK, not against the UK." The Frenchman added, "I have no intention of mediating between the different positions of Brexit. There is full support for Ireland from all EU member states and EU institutions on our side. When I proposed to the Commission the draft treaty, translating all the agreed positions with the UK in December, including the Irish issue, we have put in this draft treaty a backstop operation solution for Ireland. Since the proposal, Theresa May has agreed the principle of a backstop, and she also accepted to work on several points mentioned by our proposals. I think we have to use the time to now to June and June to October to find the operation solution for Ireland and Northern Ireland." Mr Barnier said he is ready to work on any proposal, but conceded there is a risk the talks could fail unless Britain's proposal complies with the EU's single market fundamentals. The EU negotiator concluded there needs to be rapid work done in order to find a solution by the June summit. Irish Prime Minister Leo Varadkar demanded the backstop spells out in black and white that Northern Ireland will remain in the customs union unless Britain can deliver a frictionless border. He and his deputy Simon Coveney both asserted the need for substantial progress by the June EU summit. Mr Coveney said, "There will be no withdrawal treaty if there is no backstop." Mr Barnier expects there to be progress on the Irish border by the proposed EU summit in June. Brexit Secretary David Davis accused Brussels of trying to create an artificial deadline as part of negotiating tactic against the UK. October is the perceived final deadline for a solution to be worked out between the UK and EU, but EU leaders, including Mr Varadkar, has urged a faster answer to the make or break question. Mr Davis also rejected the notion the European Union had entirely rubbished the UK's customs plans for when the country eventually leaves the customs union after December 2020 period.